Okay. Andrew's making coffee, so now we're just gonna wait. Excellent connection. I like it. I like it. Yeah, today we're doing more nerd news, which is cool. So I just gotta make sure we're good and live. There it is. Oh, cool. I actually did the thumbnail right this time. Oh my god, who would have thought? But I'm also late, and I don't have my watch on because my watch is dead. But I didn't charge it last night because it is what it is. Let's see. Live with episode 17. Yeah, we got plenty to talk about today, so that's good. Okay, sweet. I still don't know what streamer mode is for Discord. I really don't. I did. He's right. He's so right. That's so funny. Yeah, I woke up early today. And I was like, all right, I'm going to get up at like 7:30 and I'm going to have a full day. And then I fell back asleep because my body's like, My body's like, nope. Everyone. There we go. It's actually an update this time. Wow. All right, let's see. Chaz. What's up, dude? Oh, yeah, you're on the West Coast, right? Man, look at that. What an entrance. What an entrance. Yeah, we're still waiting for a few people to get here, but Novice, what's up? Good morning, everybody. Oh, this
Hello,
freaking this lighting is so good. Watch the sun go away again. Stay like this. I like this so much. It's yeah, new cut, new camera too. Well, no, new camera angle.
Yeah.
So yeah, new camera settings.
Yeah, new camera settings.
Yeah, not new camera.
No, I just got a different light. I was shooting. I'm testing out this light that I'm borrowing from a friend, a video friend of mine, to see if I can get a little bit nicer lighting.
Mm-hmm.
I think I achieved it.
Is there anything? I don't really know of anything to like.
This is the new YouTube angle right here.
I like it. It's really good. I don't really know if anything to react to right away. I still haven't played the Elden Ring DLC.
Sad.
Which I'm gonna probably do tonight and just stream it.
Oh, hold on. There was something I wanted to react to.
Oh, good.
I actually do have something.
Okay,
I need to see if I can find it though.
Good.
Because I meant to find it and save it in my history, but hold on. Okay. Yeah. I got it.
Sweet.
Got it.
Gonna get some new headphones. Nice. Just make sure you have hair because bald people with like headsets and headphones look goofy. Always. I think so.
All right. I need you to watch this game. I haven't watched this whole trailer. I've only seen like a little bit of it.
Sweet.
So I'm gonna need you to. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to.
Okay.
We're gonna have to enjoy this together. Me, you, and the chat.
Oh, this looks good already. Let's see. Okay. Let me pull it up.
Novice, will y'all ever stream playing games for the podcast? Maybe.
Possibly.
Me and Brooks have talked about doing a game stream just at night, just like when he normally streams games.
Mm-hmm.
But we're also working on a D&D stream for hopefully, or D&D video hopefully for August or September. It kind of really depends on how July goes. So
Yeah. So we wanted to like kick off season 2 because then we'll be moving to the actual channel, like the podcast channel. So
yeah,
all right,
go
let
ahead
me
and
make sure.
cinema view that joint for me too.
Okay, so first of all, it just says mouse in all caps.
Yep.
So that's a good sign.
I have a feeling this isn't over yet.
Oh yeah, I'm sold. Wait a minute. This looks so good.
It looks so cool, dude.
He just pop out a motherfucker.
It's gonna eat me beans.
Dude, he shot a piano on their heads. Dude, this game looks so sick.
Oh my god. I love this song too, because this song is also oh I love the
He's shooting with his hand.
holy shit.
Oh,
I gotta play
man.
Mouse.
Mouse.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm sold.
man. I love indie devs so much, man.
I have 400 houses. I have 400 houses and 400 mouses. Okay, I gotta play that game.
Oh, man.
Jesus Christ. I've actually heard of this, and I don't remember where it was.
Yeah.
But like I knew about it, but seeing it now,
Yeah.
I need this. Is it? Oh, it's early gameplay reveal. When is it gonna drop?
Yeah. 2025.
I need to play this shit.
You think you can wishlist it on Steam though, so that when it drops, it'll send you a notification.
Oh, that's so good. I need mouse.
I need the mouse.
Mouse. I like spelling it MOWZ, like Miss Mouse and Paper Mario.
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah, dude.
shit! Oh, whoops. That's my whole stream setup. What even is that? That's just the void of us.
The void.
Yeah, I was interested. I was like, oh, okay, all right, there we go. That's what we need. What is this video under here called? Drunk driving.
I don't know.
I kind of want to see it.
Click on it. I want to know.
Today's a beautiful day.
Why is that, Mickey? Explicitly from the 1920 short Steamboat Willie.
This is your urban news. As of today, we're officially in the public domain.
The public domain? What's that?
Well, Pete, you know Disney? We're not affiliated with it
Not
all.
the slightest.
Well, their copyright on us has finally expired, meaning we're finally free from the reins of our corporate overlords.
But what does that mean for us?
Well, for one thing, I can
I
finally share
love
what
it.
Mickey Mouse.
I've seen these videos before. They're like they do them with like old Spider-Man clips and
Yeah.
like but
Go
like,
back a couple seconds. I want to get because this sounds like it's going to be ridiculous what's about to say.
He's
Who
just
were not affiliated with all.
Public
Okay.
domain? What's that?
Well, Pete, you know
What's
Disney?
that?
We're not affiliated with it
Not
all.
the slightest.
Well, their copyright on us
Not in the
has finally
slightest.
expired, meaning we're finally free from the reins of our corporate overlords.
But what does that mean for us?
Well, for one thing, I can finally share what I, Mickey Mouse and Steamboat Willie, really think and feel.
Wow, like what?
Well, did you know that I, Mickey Mouse from Steamboat Willie, believe drinking and driving is really cool?
Sure.
More than I personally believe that the soft spot on an infant's head is a government
Wait,
conspiracy.
Lord,
I feel that time when he's
no,
hooking.
but now it's canon, officially canon, Steamboat
We
Willie.
are not affiliated with this.
Not in the
Let's
slightest.
gotta hammer that in.
Mickey, where do we go?
Yeah.
That just about anyone can use their image and likenesses. Where we go is up to their imagination.
Oh.
We can go to space, or maybe a tropical island.
Wow, wait a
The
minute.
possibilities are endless.
Wow, Mickey. I only wish we were in the public domain sooner.
Well, Pete, what if I told you we were supposed to be in the public
That's
domain years
amazing.
Is
ago?
that so?
That's
See,
very funny.
Anytime one of their copyrights was about to expire, Disney, who are not affiliated
Not
with it
the
all,
slightest.
well, on
Yeah,
those
the slightest.
applications,
Not the slightest.
lobbied the U.S. government to push back the expiration date farther and farther.
Can they really do that?
Anything's possible when your government's bought and paid for.
Oh, wow.
Preach, Mickey.
Oh wow!
Always comes second to the people who made Baby
It
Yoda.
seems like, for the first time in a century, the world is our oyster. So many up-and-coming artists being carved out of the woodwork as we speak. The love
He sounds like
and
Mr.
joy we have
Krabs.
brought to the world can be rekindled in the
Mickey boy, me Bob.
Yeah.
and new ideas. Oh, I'm so excited, Mickey. What do you think these wonderful minds are gonna do with us now?
2 horror movies in a Steam game.
2 horror movies in a Steam game.
game.
That's it?
Pretty much.
Okay.
So the shop is
That's it.
Amazing.
This is a good image.
Pretty much.
That's it.
Oh, I gotta save this. I'm gonna save this. Pretty much.
What a shot, dude. What a clip.
How can I just want this for my I just want to archive this for science.
Green cap that joint.
You know what? I'm just gonna download the video and then save it. But Public Domain Mickey by Solid JJ. Please go watch the original. That's amazing. It's so good.
Oh goodness, that's so good.
Oh Lord.
What is this?
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
Well, the
Well, Mickey, me boy, me Bob.
Sponge Mickey, me boy, me Bob. Sponge, Sponge boy, me Bob. I'm geeking off this perk 30.
Dude, okay, have you seen Netflix and Drill?
I need to see that.
Okay, type it. Just use that Netflix and Drill. Harry Potter.
Oh, whoops.
That's right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This looks
is the most
right up my alley.
This is the most ridiculous thing in the world. Do the Hagrid and Harry, the third one, yeah. Actually, go back. Go down. There's the full videos. Go to the videos tab. Yeah. There we go.
Wow. Interesting that it's vertical.
Cedric, are you busy? Cho Chan wanna blow bang on the glizzy. Pesky Pixie waved a fire whiskey. Cho's too busy.
Okay.
Chat Jenny. 6, 8, 7 stacking bands up in Gringotts. Lumos open the vault when the boy not. Ron already said stop acting silly.
It's Hagrid and Harry. Brolly in my palm, but it's calm now. We're open to carry.
Let's go.
What in the world? That's so cool.
Get it, Hagrid.
The way his legs move, is that like?
Yeah.
It almost looks AI.
I'm sure it is.
This?
Maybe. Like a little bit of it.
Oh, I think so. Look at the hands.
Yeah.
I'm in the mountains.
Yeah. Yeah, that's AI.
Keep going.
Making them wet like a fountain. Sitting out made wine, think it's tiny and so cold and got the whole of
Yeah.
That's so good.
Oh yeah. Either it may not be AI. I guess it's just animated.
No, I think it's just animated. But I mean, the voices are all AI.
need a quick blow. Back to the hut on her knees like a cowbee.
You're a right foul kid, did you know that? Gilly, we blitzed off the blowback.
Maxine, me and Grog on a double tap.
I should not have said that.
Mischief, Manny Straight, Gryffindor, Savage Link with the gang and
Can I just talk about? Can I just talk about, like, as a music producer that does this for a living?
Yeah.
This is so unnecessarily hard.
I know.
It goes so it's so good. That is so. Dude was like, "Hey, yeah, I'm gonna make this beat, but I'm gonna have Harry and Hagrid
Also,
just
what's up, Gus?
rap
I don't
over
watch
it, and just have Harry and Hagrid rap over it
That's amazing.
for the meme. But it's gonna be so hard, dude. That's unnecessary. I saw that and I was like, I have to show Brooks
Well,
this.
that's like the AI this is the last thing we'll hop into the episode. I got to show you President's Play. But it's not just like
we've talked about President's Play before.
So they started uploading again, which is awesome. So the current story arc is now they're trying to. So they made Donald play Wii Fit, and he sucked ass at it because he's out of shape.
Oh, let's watch it.
Well, Donald, welcome to Wii Fit.
Screw this, man. I don't want to play this garbage.
Okay, get out of my house then.
That was in fact the.
So the lore is there's actually like this is the best one because there's actually like a story behind it. So they were playing Mario Brothers and George Bush wanted to get all the star coins, but Donald and Obama were I can't believe this is real. Obama and Donald were beefing super hard. So George decided, hey, how about we play games that kind of like get you guys to work together, and then like it's
Agreement here, Donald.
so now they're trying to humble him by playing Wii Fit. So like
Down there, then surely the board is accurate enough.
Smart idea, George. What you think of that, Donald?
That is, all right, guess we'll have to see then. I don't think it'll be accurate, though.
Guess we'll have to see, Donnie.
I guess we'd be 4 pounds since we are wearing suits.
Sounds about right.
If only I was wearing one of those dope-ass Donnie Time shirts right now.
Or if I was wearing one of my shirts.
You know,
also Joe's probably the funniest. He's like
or if
the
I was wearing one of my shirts.
He's the oldest, but he's also like a little kid who's just like he's like so if he okay, I got to show you the really good one. There's the baseball one, which is really damn good.
Tough losses for me the last 2 times.
Because like Joe Biden will see his character, his me pop up, but he's not playing. He's like, oh my gosh, there I am. And he's like, no, that's not actually.
Oh, it's unlike Donkey Kong.
Oh, that's funny.
Good luck, Donald.
You know what? Good luck to you too, Brock.
Oh, it's unlike Donkey Kong.
This is so good. This is so worth watching.
Who the hell are all these people?
It's a team sport, Don.
Oh my God, that's me.
Holy shit, I got Sleepy Joe on my team. You're done for.
Well, at least I have my
oh my
lovely
gosh,
wife,
that's
Michelle.
me.
That's definitely a way to put it.
Just wait until she scores a home run on your orange ass.
This is
right.
awesome.
Nice hit.
That's getting caught. Oh, what? Come on, guys, run. Jesus Christ, my outfielders are already
Like the AI sounds so. This is what AI was meant for. This sounds so fucking
in
good.
the game on the first damn play.
Triple.
Almost got an inside the park home run.
This
That's
next one's
actually not
brutal.
possible in this game, but sure. No chance I'm letting Michelle score on me. Yeah, not today, bitch. Go back to the dugout.
What the fuck, Donald?
Who's this Alex guy?
He goes, yeah, not today, bitch. Back to the dugout. And then eventually Michelle actually goes and plays tennis and boxing with him. It's so funny. They're so worth watching. And the overarching story of that is that all of these games are supposed to take place in one day.
Oh, that's amazing.
But anyways, that was funny as shit. So you ready to get into the thing?
Yeah.
Okay, let me start
Sure.
recording, and then I'll give you the sign. I'll give you like the Foo Fighters song, the B side. Wait, and one day, oh yeah, Chaz. So the story of this, I would recommend watching every single one. There's one episode where they go to Dairy Queen, and it's like animated, and it's hard to explain, but if you get it, you're gonna enjoy it. You're gonna have a good time. All right, you ready? So I'll give you a countdown, thumbs up, and then.
Yep, let me get my screens all situated.
Yep. Yeah, it looks good on my end. Real good.
Just trying to get my
crazy good.
Others crazy good. All right. There we go. All right.
Count us in.
Happy Monday and welcome back to the Things We Like podcast. The show where we talk about all things nerdy. I'm one of your people, Andrew, and that is Brooks. Brooks, how are we doing today?
Not as good as your new camera settings.
Yeah, thank you.
There you go.
That's
and the haircut, everything is working out today. Except I was late, but you know what?
Except you fell back asleep this morning.
I did. I tanked, dude. I don't know. I literally don't know what it is about. That's like the one thing that I cannot do is wake up at a decent time on time.
And then stay awake.
Thank God I'm a content creator. I think that's why. Because of what I do for a living, my schedule, I don't know structure. I don't know consistency. Like, you have a wife and a child.
Yeah.
And like, there are people, my friends have like day jobs and normal jobs, but like what I do is so stupid that I don't have any semblance of structure, so my brain can't like, all right, it's time to go. This is your day.
All right.
But anyway, we're back. This is Nerd News again. We got plenty to talk about.
There's a ton to talk about today. We got Summer Games Fest. We didn't even talk about. We have the Nintendo Direct, which we reacted to last week.
Yeah.
We can kind of go over just like a little bit of the general conversation around
there's
things.
more to go over for that I want to talk about because I mean, shout out to Arlo again. I would love to interview Arlo eventually someday, one of these days.
There's
he's
a
awesome.
lot of new happenings in the world of Dungeons and Dragons and tabletop gaming, so that's cool. And then Brooks has a conversation about emulation he wants to have.
That's so true. So true.
But first things first, let's talk about Summer Games Fest 2024. It was a ton that happened that we did not even get to talk about. I gave you a giant list of if you want to, Brooks, I sent you the big list of everything that was announced. Guys and gals and my thems and theys in the chat. All of these links should be in the description of this video. So,
I can put it in while we're talking about it.
Yeah, should be there, but just doing a general overview of things that got released. The big thing, so we got another teaser trailer for Star Wars Outlaws. I think people are still really like, it's cool, guys, but also, is it gonna work? And I feel like that's the general consensus around that right now. The other one was the new Dragon Ball game, Sparking Zero. And there's actually a little bit of there's actually a little bit of controversy around that one too, which is interesting.
It's weird because I watched hold on, I'm gonna go to it. So if you ever want any sort of regular update, just go to the King. Donkey's E3 2024. So it's not even E3. It's just like
it's just his E3.
Yeah. The games that got released. Let's see.
The game was about a man shooting people with a gun. Today, games have become much more diverse because now every game is about a woman hitting people with a sword. The only sword-hitting game I care about is Elden Ring 2. Queen America is back, and you can summon her with your bell. I don't know why they changed the name.
So yeah, they have cool games like that. There's the Wukong game. What is it called?
Too. That's Monkey Row, Sekiro.
Monkey Row. So that's the.
I was
Black
mainly
Myth,
looking.
Wukong, yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Shout out to Donkey for that. I watched that one kind of in prep for a little bit of this, but like the Dragon Ball Sparking Zero release, interestingly enough, people are mad because they power scaled the players. Which is how it's supposed to be.
Did I misspell ball? I'm stupid. I think I did.
They power scaled all of the players, or all of the characters. So, like, if you're playing Yamcha versus Broly, like, Broly's gonna do, like, way more, which makes sense. Just because of, like, the nature of the characters, and people are mad about that. And I think what it comes down to is, if somebody's pulling up playing Yamcha, you better be scared because you're about to get your butt handed to you.
Right. Yeah.
I think it's like, oh, you can make it harder on yourself by playing like lower tiered quote unquote characters. I really like it. I like that concept. I'm not sure why people are mad about it. They want everybody to be on an equal playing field, but like, I don't know. I think that's cool. I think it's better that way. It's also very true to like the idea of Dragon Ball in general.
Yeah, I don't know much about I really don't know much about the Dragon Ball games, but I see what you're saying for sure.
Well, it's like if in Smash Bros. You played as, like, we'll say Marth, and he was awesome, and then you played as like Olimar or something, and Olimar was just inherently weaker.
Yeah, because he's little.
Because he's smaller, and yeah.
Or like Ganon versus Pichu or something like.
Yeah.
Or Ganondorf. Ganon's the monster, but Ganondorf.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. But that's pretty wild.
Yeah. So I've seen a bunch of people talking about it. I think I saw your boy Carthu talking about it a little bit too, and he was like, why in the world would that not be the way that this happens? Like, it makes so much sense.
That is the one man on this planet that I do not want to debate anything Dragon Ball with. I'm just like, I'd rather not, because the dude knows. He knows. That's what he does. You know. So it's like, he knows.
Yep. So the next one was, and you have the Switch one pulled up, not the.
I do.
The next one was Batman Arkham Shadow.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Oops.
In VR.
Oh. You could really feel like you're Batman.
Yeah, exactly. You're still on the Nintendo Direct.
Do I need to go to the?
We're on Summer Game Fest.
Okay. Oh, is it?
It's also in the. It's also in the Discord.
Well, what do you know?
Chat. You know.
Let's see.
Directly above it.
The Summer Games Fest. I see. How I missed that? Couldn't tell you. Could not tell you.
You didn't scroll up quite far enough. But you can scroll down. So yeah, there you can go through some stuff. Yeah. This is what I'm looking at. Right now.
Okay. No More Room in Hell 2.
Yeah. Star Wars, and then Civ 7, Dragon Ball, Sparking Zero.
This one.
But that's where I'm at. Yeah. Batman Arkham Shadow trailer.
Of course, the sun disappeared now.
It's going to be a MetaQuest 3 exclusive, which I don't know how many people. It seems like it's going to be really cool. I've not done a lot of VR gaming myself. That's kind of a world that I'm not super deep into.
Me neither, because I've played it at like a friend's house, and it's crazy because like there's this one game where you like stand on a board and it's like overlooking a city, and you walk out, and like if somebody pushes you, you freak out because you like.
You're so immersed in it.
Well, yeah, it's wild because. Especially people who are like afraid of heights, you know. I can't get it in the center of the shot.
Yeah.
But I need to play the Arkham games because, like, from what I know, that people love them. Not the new Suicide Squad game though.
No, but like all of the Arkham trilogy, the main Arkham line trilogy.
Like, what is it? Arkham Knight, Arkham Asylum, and Arkham. There's one more. There's one more. Somebody knows better than me. But,
City.
Arkham City, yeah.
So yeah, Arkham Shadow. I'm interested. I feel like that's probably going to give people some. I feel like that might start giving people some motion sickness because that game is very, very, very like. It's pretty quick. The combat is like pretty fast paced.
A lot of people haven't gone through the training of Batman. Got to think of that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, and the other thing is, it's like I feel like this is going to be a big thing. Chaz was saying, I'm trying to avoid getting the meta, the quest at all costs, and it's like I understand that. I'm not like a big fan of the meta quest stuff as far as like meta owning, just meta being what it is, and it being staring into my eyes all the time. Not a big fan of that thought.
Great,
but,
IGN. Sorry. Go back down.
Yeah. The IGN keeps crashing on you.
I know.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know, but I think this is gonna sell a lot of people on getting the MetaQuest.
Oh yeah, especially
3.
any of the Batman games is like.
Yeah.
Really big.
All right, so we got Street Fighter 6, which is pretty cool.
Blumhouse games, so they're usually like indie horror kind of.
Yep, getting some new Blumhouse indie horror games.
Theater of Idols, Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin Power, Rita's Rewind, huh?
Yep.
It's a beat 'em up, like a mech game.
Mecha. What is this? Mecha Break.
Mecha Break, yeah. I need to go back and watch all these,
cool.
honestly.
The
Alan Wake
first
2?
Descendant. Alan Wake 2 DLC, which I think is already out now.
Oh, it's the DLC.
Yeah, it's a DLC to the last Alan Wake game. Skate gameplay.
Oh, hell yeah. It's nothing compared to the Goofy one, but, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah. Skate gameplay.
Valorant.
I don't know how much skate gameplay. Skate gameplay is basically just like, hey, we're about to start playtesting.
Yeah.
Which means nothing. You know what I mean?
We've got Mungus Pizza.
Yeah, which we already knew because they dropped that on the Switch.
I want to see this.
Well.
This looks really cool.
What is this?
Dune Awakening. Well, I'm not going to be able to see it here because this damn thing is going to crash.
Yeah. That's fine.
Fucking
we can
bullshit.
come back. We can come back to
Fix your website. What the fuck? Whatever. Fuck them. Dune.
There's not like a ton. It's like there's a bunch of cool games.
I want to see this.
Yeah, there's a bunch of cool games, but it's not like, I don't know. There's nothing that's screaming like mega big time.
Wow.
To me.
But I see a narrow way. A path that might have been.
That looks badass.
That does look pretty cool.
My mother had obeyed her orders and given birth to a girl. Everything would change. Dr. Yue exposed before his betrayal. A world where my father lives. House Atreides surviving the Battle of Arrakeen. Sardaukar deployed to protect the spice melange.
That's sick. Okay. I love this.
Muad'Dib. No, Lisan al-Gaib. No, Kwisatz Haderach. All of my visions lead to horror. Except for this one. This one leads to you.
Okay, so I'm assuming it's just like a take on the story, like the take
I think
on the
it's
main
like
story.
so it's like a parallel universe where other things went differently, I guess.
That's kind of cool. I like the idea of exploring what ifs because Marvel kind of did it with I don't know if you've ever seen those, like the what if, like I'll see.
It's a series. Yeah.
What if Marvel what if? So they have like if Tony 90s Ant-Man kills Avengers and like this crazy stuff like that, like Ultron kills Thanos and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a whole. It's a series on.
Whether
Disney
you
Plus.
whether you like or dislike what they have to say or their interpretations, I always think it's interesting, just to see kind of because it's all made up anyways, right?
Sure.
So like, what is it?
It follows. What if tends to follow like more of the some side parallel comic storylines that happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, we get continuing on. We get Pal World getting more islands and more pals. So
Wow.
getting just generally more content, which is great for the people that are still playing Pal World.
The Bean game that's
out.
that's right up my alley.
Killer Bean.
So, for those of you who don't know, this is a horrible film, and then they made a game out of it. So they're riding the meme wave, which I very much respect. So
yeah, you know what? That's fine.
Wonder Star.
Monster Hunter gets crossplay across all platforms.
For Monster Hunter Wilds?
Yeah, for Wilds, yeah.
Oh, that's going to be awesome. I'll buy it on PC then.
Yeah. So it'll be PC via Steam, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S.
Dude, crossplay is like dangerous, I think, for console gaming.
Oh, yeah.
Because there are people that are like, because I have a PS5, it's basically like my Bloodborne Demon Souls machine, which sucks, but like that's just kind of the way it is. It doesn't have that much storage, but my PC, like PCs are built to have so much more storage. Like I have a 10 terabyte SD or like external hard drive where I keep everything on, right?
Yeah.
Like all my games, all my save data, all my editing stuff, like I keep all of it there. And if I wanted to upgrade to like a 15, I could. And that's just, the storage is just not on these home consoles, which is like a huge problem. Like I feel like they could make it that way, because you've seen, like, I have a 1 terabyte SD card for my Switch. And it's like this big. That's a terabyte.
Yeah.
And it's that big.
Yeah. And just the general processing power. You just have so much more options on a PC versus a console to expand. But I would say a console is there for people who generally like to play convenience. It's more for a convenience factor rather than, you know, they want to play on their screen, sitting on their couch. I really wish that there was some form of PC available, like that wasn't a giant tower, that I could put next to my TV and play like a console. Right.
The thing is, for that, it caters to a specific lifestyle. Because for me, let's say I had my own place and I'm just me, just a single dude, just chilling, I could set my TV up next to my PC and run my giant TV as a monitor, right?
Yeah.
Technically it's possible, but you're right. I wish there was a way to play.
I really would wish, and they kind of started the Steam Machine was like a version of this back in the day. And I wish something like that existed, where it was like a PC based around SteamOS, essentially, where we could play PC games from Steam and, you know, expand however we needed to from the GPU or CPU or whatever. We can expand it how much ever we needed to or wanted to. And it directly connected to our TVs and just used a controller to maneuver, you know, all of the GUI. Like that's just how it maneuvered, was through a controller instead of like a mouse click and stuff. I don't know. That is a dream for me, because I would love. There's a bunch of Steam games that I know that my wife would love to play, or that I would love to play regularly. That because it's PC only, or you know, may come to Switch in like 2 years, but I already have it on Steam. She's probably never going to play those games and never enjoy those games because they're not accessible.
Yeah, because it's hard. It's hard for people to, like, even for me, like, we'll transition to this, the Elden Ring DLC, which I'm hopefully going to be able to play tonight and stream it. If not tonight, tomorrow. But, I just lost it. I had it. Oh, so, like, I have Elden Ring on my PC. It is hard for me because I work on my PC a lot. So, like, it's hard for me to transition to, like, work mode to, like, all right, now I'm going to just chill, because I'm in the same spot. I'm in the same physical space. I'm in the same headspace. And it's like, I'd love to transition it over to, like, a couch or my TV or whatever.
There's a term for this. There's a technical term. It's called context switching. So it's why whenever you that's why people say never work in bed, like working on your laptop in bed is like really, really not great for you. No, because then whenever you try to go to sleep at night without your laptop, you're thinking about work and like your brain's in work mode still.
Well, I think too for people like me who their office setup is relegated to their bedroom because of lack of space. Like, dude, that's it will fuck you up really bad. Because it's
100%.
so easy to, like, you know, and people. This is just a very a little side tangent, but people say the grass is greener on the other side all the time. Like, people who work, you know, regular jobs and they work, like, you know, the 9-to-5 schedule. Like, they're like, oh, I'd love to work from home. I'd love to just stay home and work from home. I'm like, if you've never done it, like, you probably would hate it. Because at first you'd be like, oh, yeah, I just get to, like, sleep in and just work in my pajamas and stuff like that. It's not like that. I have to meet deadlines. I have to wake up and work. I have to, you know, be 100% self-motivated with nobody breathing down my neck. I have to, I literally will get up, take a shower. I will dress in normal clothes. Like, I'll even wear shoes inside.
Yeah, dude. Dude, you know what's crazy? You say that. I've worked for myself for multiple years at this point, producing music at my house on my own. And I've noticed that if I don't wear shoes, I am less focused because I get in this weird headspace. And, you know, back to like the being in the same room thing, like there are small ways that you can switch from like its work mode to its like chill game mode. And a big part of that, I mean, for your specific setup, a big part of that is going to be when you're at your computer, it's work time generally. Yeah. And then when you're in bed or sitting on like a couch or something with a console or a game controller in your hand, it's game and chill time. Yeah. And like, so sitting at your PC with your, you know, headphones on, mouse and keyboard like it's work time is mentally the same. Like you don't get that shift from one to the other.
It's also hard because of the amount of distractions you have. Because like I mean, if I'm editing a video, I have every distraction at my fingertips. I could literally, like, I was editing recently and I was like, all right, I'm going to edit this for like an hour or two, then I'm going to play Elden Ring for an hour. And Elden Ring for an hour turned into Elden Ring for 3 hours. And I'm like, fuck. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, and it's not that I don't have self-discipline. Like, I always get my work done. But like the temptation of having distractions at your fingertips at all times is so difficult. So yeah, I think it, and I'll put a pin in it by saying this. The fact that, you know, this is going to be kind of reaching, but bear with me. The fact that the world is the way it is and everything's so expensive and everything is like your ideal setup of having a bedroom and an office separate inside of your house costs money.
Yeah,
you know, and it's not,
we got lucky with our house.
Yeah, and it's not,
and the fact that it happens to have enough rooms for me to separate my studio away from my living room and bedroom areas.
Yeah,
we just got lucky.
Not everybody has that luxury of having a home to do that in, or a living space to do that in. So, and it sucks. I mean, I've been doing this for the last almost 5 years of just having an office in my bedroom. And there was one time where it was separated and it was pretty nice. But like consistently for like at least 4 years, that's kind of been my situation. But anyways, back to gaming.
Yeah. So the last Game Fest thing, did you want to talk about the Elden Ring DLC real quick?
I'm just going to say there's not much to talk about other than the fact that I'm itching to play it. And I've been spoiler-free.
It seems very hard.
From the
conversations that I've seen about it, it's like, bro, if you thought original Elden Ring was hard, that was a freaking cakewalk compared to this
I've
Erd Tree
heard
stuff, dude.
that this is really damn hard, and
people
are complaining about the difficulty in performance.
Don't play Elden Ring. Play a different game.
Yeah, Miyazaki...
You go to these types of games in order to make yourself frustrated. That is why you are a masochistic person. You like playing these types of games.
Completely erratic moveset, rendering. And I will definitely figure that out as I go.
Yeah,
because
probably.
I'll play it myself, but
I need a more honest review from you on that, because
you'll
everybody
know
that
by
I've
next
heard,
week.
about to say, everybody that I've heard talk about it isn't making great points about it. You know what I mean? To me, it's all play a different game.
Yeah.
There is one thing I do want you to check out. I want you to check out the Phantom Blade Zero trailer.
Phantom Blade Zero.
I saw some clips of this. I haven't watched the whole trailer yet. But it looks very much like a game that you're gonna want to play.
Blade Zero. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, look. Oh, that's the Void again. Okay. Phantom Blade Zero. That's the one Ducky was talking about. Yeah. Is this a PS5 exclusive?
I think so. Yeah.
Not
I know
bad.
it's a PS5. I know it's a PS5 game.
How many days do I have left? 42 or 41? The face of this is here!
Not bad.
Don't go up there. Turn back before it's too late.
Wow. Oh my god. Not bad.
Dude, it looks awesome.
Holy shit. Commander Cleave.
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
It kind of gives me like steampunk Sekiro vibes.
Kind of, yeah. It's like it kind of looks like Sekiro combined with Lords of the Fallen.
Yeah, there's a little bit of like steampunky like elements to it.
Yeah. Oh my, that's
dude,
crazy.
That shot is so sick. That's the one I saw.
Wow. Crazy. Oh my.
Yeah, man.
I like that. Well,
yeah, I don't think it's a PlayStation exclusive. I
Yeah.
think it was just I think it, they're just showing it on the PS5.
Well, I'm ass at Sekiro, so I'll probably be ass at this, but it looks really good.
It looks awesome. And it looks like, I feel like it's a game that you're probably going to want to play just because I know you and the games that you like.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Also that combo system looks
it's sort of like
incredible.
Kind of like elements of like Devil May Cry and, Sekiro and any of those bigger games. I feel
yeah.
Put them together.
Very cool combo systems. Devil May Cry is a very good shout for the combo systems as well. Yeah.
Yeah, because that game's like, to my knowledge, I've never played them, but to my knowledge, those games are like built on combos. Also, hello, Ryan. And we'll catch up on the chat in a little bit. So let's go over.
Let's go. We can go ahead and catch up on chat before we go to the Nintendo Direct.
Yeah, that's true.
Because the Nintendo Direct will be pretty fast.
Yeah. Anything to do that? It's not how Dragon Ball works in VR, bruh. It actually gives it. I'm trying to avoid getting the quest at all costs.
Dude, Dragon Ball is the most fair. That is the most well-balanced show ever, right?
Yeah.
It's Dragon Ball, noted to be the most well-balanced of anything.
That's amazing. Let's see. I think Gus. Shout out to Gus. What's up, dude?
Yep.
The president's AI. Yeah, that's so good. But
yeah, dude. No, it's.
Oh, sub Scott. Scott is in the chat now. Dads. Well, maybe one of us. Yeah. What's up, Scott?
What's up, Scott?
Holy crap.
Yeah, dude. We're in the middle of it. We're in the middle of it.
Yeah, we're about to go over the Nintendo Direct stuff, which they had some good shit. Let's see. Let me pull it up.
Go ahead and pull her up. So yeah, we did react to the Nintendo Direct last week. But it's been a week since that happened, roughly. And yeah, there's been a lot of good conversation. Bro, the memes. about this first game, Zelda Echoes of Wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
The memes have been going crazy.
So I think Scott actually sent me. Somebody sent me one where it's like Zelda and she's got like a 6-pack and she's got a big rock. And then it's like the little Pepe the Frog, but it's like a moblin, and he's like, Scott sent me that, I believe.
Dude, this is so good. My favorite one was it's Zelda holding a chair, and it's Link behind her, and it's her saying, "He said he didn't want pickles."
I love it.
I love that.
So I want to talk about a weird one.
Okay.
Luigi's Mansion 2. Not because I'm like hyped about it or whatever. Like, the game is fine, but like the precedent that it sets. And this was like an Arlo video too. Again, love Arlo. But he made a very good point that I want to relay. This will be $60.
Yeah, it will.
That
100%.
Is horseshit. Like,
yeah, that's kind of
they
dumb.
didn't really add anything to it.
If it comes out that it's 30 or 40, I'll feel better about it.
Yeah, and if that's the case,
but it's gonna be like $60.
I just hate the idea that like there are games like I think Elden Ring is worth $70. Honestly, like
I think
honestly,
Tears of the Kingdom is worth $70.
Yeah, I think so. But there are games that are not worth $60, and I don't think Luigi's Mansion 2 HD that doesn't even have Luigi's Mansion 1 in it is worth $60. Like,
yeah,
I mean, if you're a diehard Luigi's Mansion fan, 40 is pushing it.
About to say, isn't this like the worst of the Mansion games?
I haven't heard good things about it, but
I've heard that this one is of the options the worst option to choose and make expensive.
Mm-hmm. So I just think that sucks. Is like, because like again, when I bought the last couple Switch games that I bought, the fact that I think Mario Wonder, you've played it, so like I wish it was like 50 instead of 60. Personally.
Yeah, but I think it's going on replayability factor, mainly because of the fact that like if you attempt to 100% that game, it makes it a $60 game, I think.
Okay.
But most people aren't gonna do that. So most people play a Mario game just like 1 or 2 times. They'll mainline the story, and that's kind of it.
I think Paper Mario is worth the 60.
100%. Well, they did a lot to that, right?
Yeah, that one is.
They did a ton. Even Super Mario RPG, they did a ton to that redo. And maybe like moving into the next console stuff, Metroid Prime 4 is probably going to be $70. It looks like it's going to be amazing and worth the $70. You know what I mean?
Right. But like I would like some games are just not worth 60.
Yeah. I feel like Mario Wonder is probably pushing the line of games worth 60. Super fun game.
Oh, and
love
look at,
the game.
The Metroid Prime,
I don't know.
Metroid Prime remaster, $40. And it was
it
was so worth it.
That feels great. That feels really, really good. And that's kind of where I'm hoping Luigi's Mansion 2 is gonna fall.
Yeah.
Is like in that $40 range, $40 or $50 range. But yeah, real quick, hitting a couple of these like highlight points. Obviously, Echoes of Wisdom in September, bro. I am so incredibly excited about that game.
Yeah.
It looks so good. Prime 4, obviously, the internet exploded because I don't think anyone was expecting that. They literally have not talked about it in like 9 years or something crazy. Like that.
Yeah, it's been a long journey for Prime 4.
Yeah, it probably not 9 years, but I think it's more like 4 or 5 years.
It's a long time. So.
Yeah, it's been a long time. I think the 9 years was the Mario and Luigi brothership. They haven't added to that series in like 9 years.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what that one was. We were not quote unquote expecting it, and we've been expecting it for forever. Just that it came today, just out of nowhere, or this week out of nowhere, is crazy.
Yep.
I will say, the suit, Metroid Prime 4, the suit looks freaking sick. The HUD, the HUD looked new. I went back and watched it again, and the HUD looked new. I really like it. It looks really, really, really cool.
Sweet. Yeah.
It looks super fun. I'm very excited.
Know, my biggest thing about that game is I want to know, because Silux or whatever.
Yeah.
Silux is in the game. So
yeah, Silux looks like he's going to be the main bad guy.
Yeah, which is, or one of many.
One of many. If you do the hunters route, if you go the hunters route and you have to fight all of the hunters.
Yeah.
That could be a really cool,
I'm just
twist.
So interested to see where they take that, because, like, it says Beyond. So are they going to come out of, because, like, Metroid Prime Hunters happened, right?
Yeah.
Are they going to come out of, like, the past? Is there going to be, like, a time travel thing? Are they going to...
Or, like, a parallel dimension kind of
or
thing?
is it going to be, like, a lot of Samus's, like... Well, because if that happens, then you could have, like, a lot of different past enemies from different, whatever, different, either dimensions or different timelines or whatever. What if you had an SAX? What if you had, like, a Queen Metroid or something like that? What if you had Ridley and Kraid and all this stuff? So, I don't know.
What's the Metroid Prime 3, the Dark Samus thing? What is that called? It's just Dark Samus, right?
Mm-hmm. It's just pretty much like a phase on Samus. Go ahead and talk about... I'm going to step out for just a second.
Yeah, you're good. I have a couple other things to talk about.
Go ahead and you can mention the D&D stuff.
Well, I'll save that in a second, just because.
Yeah, give me 1 second.
We're in the middle of this.
I will be right back.
Yeah,
and then
I can wax poetic about some other things.
Amazing. I'll leave you on this, and then I'll be right back.
Yeah, that's fine. So a big thing about it that I'm excited about, as far as Metroid Prime 4, is I'm obviously this is going to be next console. I've seen a couple people saying that I saw a couple people saying that they think that the gameplay was pulled from the Switch 2 and that it looked weird. I'm not 100% sure I agree with that. There's a couple things that happen in that trailer that if it was on a I don't know. I just don't agree that it looks bad. I think it looks really, really cool. I don't see any kind of frame rate dropping. I kind of think that maybe they down-resed it so to not show like the full power of the Switch 2 or whatever. But yeah, I think this one, between this game, did we get an announcement for... We did. Mario and Luigi is coming in November. So this year, we are getting Echoes of Wisdom in September. We are getting Mario and Luigi in November, which will be like going into... That'll be going into holidays. And in November, we're also getting the Dragon Quest HD 2D remakes, which I am not seeing nearly enough people talking about that game. I'm not seeing nearly enough people talking about how awesome the Dragon Quest 3 remake is going to be or looks. Because to me, it looks freaking awesome. The fact that they're even going back to Dragon Quest, the early Dragon Quest, and pulling 1, 2, and 3, which I think it said 1 and 2 are coming in 2025, like early 2025. And Dragon Quest 3 is going to be this year, November. It says November 14th of this year. It's coming out around the same time. I think like the week after Mario and Luigi Brothership comes out. But I don't know. I think those things. I'm trying to look at the rest of the stuff that's also coming out. I think Mario Party, yeah, is also coming out in October. Also, I don't know if Scott's still here, but Scott, me, you, and Brooks, and Ian and Ryan and like a bunch of the homies need to play a big Mario Party game. That would be awesome. I think that would be super, super, super fun. Because I think you can do, I think it said you could do 20 player online or something like that. Brooks is back. Brooks, what I was saying is I'm not seeing a lot of conversation around the Dragon Quest remakes, and that makes me sad because it looks so cool, and I'm very excited about it. It comes out in November of this year, the third one does, and I don't see nearly enough people talking about how great that they're talking about the early Dragon Quests and also giving them such an upgrade.
Oh, dude, yeah, because Dragon Quest was like, when it, to my knowledge, when it came out, it predated Final Fantasy, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
I mean,
it was one of the inspirations for Final Fantasy.
So it's a big deal, you know. Like, I think people, I think I saw a video of somebody talking about the name. I think it was Arlo was talking about it. He's like, don't actually call it the 1+2 Remake HD. Just call it Dragon Quest 1 or 2, but like that's just like a nitpick, you know. It's like a whatever.
Oh no, that's not what they're gonna call it. It's just they're just gonna have the 1 HD 2D remake, the 2 HD 2D remake, and then 3 HD. I don't think they're gonna be bundled. I mean, they might bundle them all together.
That would be sick if they did. That'd be a great way to.
Yeah, I would buy that 100%.
Especially like a collector's edition with all three. Like, I wonder how like. I feel like, how do I articulate this? How do these companies not think of stuff like that? But maybe they do.
Oh, like the bundles? I'm sure they do. They just make more money by selling them individually because they know they're going to be bought anyway.
Logistically, it probably doesn't work. So there's probably something out of my wheelhouse that I don't know. I don't know. Yeah,
there's like a sales thing going there. But that's why sometimes you'll get... So like when Xbox ports a collection over to Switch, like Bungie will do this for, they did it for BioShock, where you get all 3 BioShock games in a bundle for like $50 or something like that.
Yeah.
Because they're super old games by comparison to what's coming out right now. So in order to actually sell the games, they put them all in a bundle, and it makes it easier for people to buy.
Let's transition this to the emulation thing. That's a pretty good segue.
The other thing I was going to say is we should all play Mario Party.
Oh.
Me, you, and Scott, and Ian, and Ryan.
Oh, my God. That would be so much fun. Just get, like, in a big room together and play Mario Party and just ruin all of our friendships.
On the terms of emulation, actually, I've seen a lot of love for the Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection Arcade Classics games that are coming. And I'm so glad that those are getting love.
Yeah.
So glad those are getting love. Because I adore those games. I think they are so much fun. I was very worried that those games were going to get lost to the... Because, like, a lot of those games only exist on, like, one older collection and then only the arcade cabinets.
Yep.
I'm so glad those are getting new life in an emulation, which you know you want to talk about. So you can segue into that conversation.
So we talked about it in the last stream a little bit, but I want to mention it here. How like speaking of all these like remasters and remakes and all this stuff that come out and like bundles and all these things like. Big companies like Nintendo and even like Sega are cracking down on emulation, and Vim's Lair, which has like been around for decades at this point, is
RIP
finally getting hit with that, which stinks because like, you know, the way you're supposed to emulate stuff is like if you own the game, like if I own Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door for the GameCube, I'm supposed to dump that ROM onto my computer, and if I want to emulate it on my computer, I own the game, I can do it myself. but it's the distribution of the ROMs that's kind of the murky part. But there's a lot of games that otherwise would be lost to time if they weren't able to be emulated.
Super Mario Galaxy 2 to a slightly more recent example of that. Like the only way you can get that is if you had a Wii U, which very few people had, and you also bought that game.
Yeah, or a Wii, because it's on the Wii too. So I mean, but like I still have my Wii, but some people, I feel like a lot of people might not.
I thought Galaxy 2 was a Wii U game.
It's a Wii game. But I mean, you could still play it on the Wii U. But you'd have to. The Wii U's kind of a, not the best console in the world. So like, I mean, you've got games like Wind Waker HD and like Twilight Princess HD, but like, just make them on the Switch, dog. Like, just put them on the Switch. Like it would be easy money. And we talk about this a lot. Like, I'm not a fan of the NSO model. I wish that they offered both. Like you could buy the game for like $5 or have them all for like a set price and you could just play them all.
And doing this Marvel vs. Capcom arcade collection, doing something like that for like all of the games that would be on NSO would be amazing for me personally, because I don't play my Nintendo Switch Online. Like, I don't either. I don't undo that. That's not a thing that I do. And then I prefer to at least have the access to like my games outside of a monthly subscription, personally. Yeah. And that's just how I'm just not gonna buy Switch Online. I want to play these games, but I'm just not going to.
Or like just having the option to download them on my Switch and play them wherever, and not have to have an online service to play. Like I would play that. Also, Chloe. Oh yeah, Chloe's. Shout out to Chloe, and they just got a new job. So big ups.
Chloe, like this. Chloe, like the stream if you haven't already. I will fight you if you don't. Shouts to Chloe for always being ready to fight for us.
I wouldn't fight Chloe if I were you. Those freaking pythons, man, will knock your head off. Anyways, but shout out to Chloe. Old Cletus, they're a working fella. So anyway, but yeah, I really just wish that these big companies, like, because they're not making money off of these games. Okay, if somebody wanted to emulate, let's say Mario Sunshine, you can't freely go out and buy the limited release of the All-Stars collection.
Yeah,
you can't.
They stopped selling it. Yeah.
You can't do that. You can't unless you buy a Switch or a copy from someone who is going to charge you like $500 for it, and it is not worth it.
Yeah.
Like I have it on my Switch, and you have the physical copy, which big brain Andrew for that. But like, I mean, if I sold my Switch with that copy on it, or if I like. You know what I mean? Like my Switch could be pretty valuable for that,
So Super Mario 3D All-Stars is $138 on Amazon, or used $70 on eBay.
Ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
I bought that for like $30.
I know, right? So the thing is, if you they don't want you to emulate Mario Sunshine on like Dolphin or something. But they also don't give you an alternative to play it consistently. So, like, it's your fault for not giving us a way to buy it, which pisses me off that all these big companies are going like, oh, well, there's emulators out there. Get them, boys. But if you look at, like, hold on. Let's just look at Nintendo Switch sales numbers. I just want to see this because, okay, Nintendo Switch has now sold 139.36 million units worldwide. They're making fucking money.
Yeah.
Like, this is the most profit. Like Nintendo is eating right now.
Oh yeah.
So like,
yeah, they're killing.
Why the fuck do you feel the need to shit on everything else? It's like they don't care about their actual. It's not it's not really anti-consumer. It's just anti-fans, really, because it's like,
yeah,
I understand that they have a business, right, and they business got to do business things, but like it's so fucking frustrating that they won't release Tears of the Kingdom in full 60 FPS. But you can emulate it and play it like that and mod it to where it's better.
I really think that game is an interesting choice, because that game specifically, I think they built in the capacity on the actual game itself to run at that high level just natively, but they cap it on the Switch because they're going to re-release it on the Switch on the next gen console, and then that's where it's going to live.
Yeah,
it's at that higher frame rate, higher
that does make
stuff.
sense, because that's a
I think that's a strategic move on their end.
Probably so. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, which is, it's fine, but it just sucks that I would have to buy the game again on the new Switch. It's just an upgraded version if I wanted both, and then I'd probably have to play both again. And Tears of the Kingdom is a game.
I'm kind of hoping that it's going to be like, hey, dude, once it's going to send a patch update, which just unlocks that ability in the current games, basically.
That would be crazy.
That would be cool. I doubt that's going to be the case, though.
But overall, that's sort of my gripe with that, and the discourse around emulation is like, I just hate that there's a stigma to it, because like if you're not selling the game, like, we will buy it. Like, if you somehow, some way released like Star Fox Adventures remake for like $30, I'd buy that shit so fast.
The interesting stat that I heard was that people who regularly use emulation tend to spend 2 to 4 times more on video games in general.
Mm-hmm.
So the type of person that uses emulation is the person that is spending all of the money in the first place. They probably already have 4 copies of Mega Man X, but they're gonna also emulate a version of Mega Man X because they want it on this specific little mini console or something.
Like, I've been buying Pokemon games for years. I used to lose my copies of like Sapphire and Ruby and Leaf Green all the time, and I bought multiple copies of those back in the day. So forgive me if somehow, some way, I stumble across a ROM of Pokemon Leaf Green, a game that isn't sold in stores anywhere anymore, and I'm just playing it on my PC.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, I'll put a pin in it there, but
yeah, that's a good place to stop.
It's frustrating, but it is what it is.
Well, last thing I want to talk about, we've gone over the Summer Game Fest. We've gone over the Nintendo Direct stuff. There, outside of the things that we talked about, there was a bunch of random other games, but it wasn't like a ton of stuff. The last thing I wanted to talk about was this new conversation around Dungeons and Dragons that's going on right now. So, for those of you who don't follow the wide world of TTRPG space, Dungeons and Dragons is about to release their new system, I guess. Their new update for their system. So, 2014, Dungeons and Dragons 4, D&D 5 came out, which is version 5, which is what people have been playing on basically since then. This year, 2024, 10 years later, which has actually, I think, been the longest span of time between iterative releases. They have what is going to be called D&D 1 coming out, 1 D&D, which is their next forever iteration, I think, is how they're approaching it.
Is it like a new meta, basically?
So the idea is that it's how I've understood it, as it's been described by Wizards of the Coast, is that this is going to be more of a like modular setup.
Mm-hmm.
So that instead of having to do these big 5th edition, 4th edition, 3rd edition iterations and like rewriting all the rules and rechanging all of the stuff every time between editions, the one D&D moving forward is going to be more modular so that they can do essentially patch updates like you would do for a computer or a software. They can just send out updates and tweak slightly the rules over time. Positives of this, that makes it way easier and cheaper for everybody else moving forward and like on the long run.
So it's the DaVinci Resolve approach where it's like you get it once and then they'll just update it.
But the negative of it is that a lot of people buy these physically.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So you can't iterate on a physical book without buying another physical book. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it gets kind of confusing there. A lot of D&D is played online. They use Wizards of the Coast recently acquired this company called D&D Beyond, which is a virtual it's a virtual system for create. It's what we're going to use to create your character. It's a character creation tool. So it's an aggregator that aggregates all of the numbers and systems in all of the books and then allows you to then implement that. It's a plug and play. It allows you to implement a thing into your character by just saying, I want my character to have this thing. So it's really cool. It feels like a video game.
Yeah.
Like the way that you do it feels very much like a video game, like an Elden Ring or like a Final Fantasy type game where you're like, I want my character to have this weapon. And so so on the website, you just plug the weapon in and then all of your like hit bonuses and damage and all of that shifts in your character sheets automatically.
Yeah.
So it's super cool. They acquired that. So because they acquired that, it is going to be a lot easier for them to roll out these iterative like things down the road. The negative part is they release a lot of books.
Yeah, that's true.
Since 2014, they've released like so many books. That have like shifted small rules and things that you just kind of have to remember. So that has been a little bit of an issue kind of going down the line.
Right. Well,
but
I
feel
can
like
see that the physical copy aspect could be cool if you like a specific rule set.
Yes. And that's kind of where a lot of people like having the physicals, is because if they do change the rules, but D&D is big on homebrew meaning like you can kind of create your own, you can kind of hodgepodge your own rule set together based on the books, and kind of use your own rule set for your game at your table. That's why a lot of people like having physical books. A lot of people will still use rules from D&D 3.5 edition. It was like a half iteration they did for D&D 3rd edition. They'll use a ton of rules from 3.5 in 5th edition because they kind of are close enough, and so they'll blend them together. And that's a very good example, Chaz. Homebrew is essentially the equivalent to modding in the gaming space. It's very, very similar. So the cool thing about all this new stuff, I say all that to say, they're releasing a new edition. They're rolling it out slowly. It's available for pre-order, which is kind of weird. There's some people that feel kind of weird about that because there's no pre-order bonuses that I know of right now. So they're just like expecting you to pre-order without any bonuses. I don't know why. I'll have to do some digging on if that's shifting or not later. But a lot of homebrew rules or regular rules that people use at their home tables are getting implemented into this new system, which is really cool. There's a lot of things that are changing as far as like they're trying to get away from the word like race. Like all of that terminology is moving away, which is really cool. And they're moving to words like lineage and things like that, which is pretty cool. And then whereas a lot of your stats used to be based off of your racial bonuses. So like I'm an orc, therefore I am strong and I can take a lot of hits. Therefore, I get a +2 to strength and a +2 to con because I'm an orc. Kind of limits your character building ability, because what if you want to play an orc that's a dexterous or smart orc?
Yeah.
That it kind of pigeonholes you. So what they are doing, and I really like this change actually. Some people are feeling weird about feeling weird about this, mainly because they're just used to playing it a certain way.
Yeah.
They're shifting it into backgrounds. So your stats and all of your bonuses and stuff will actually come from the background that you choose, which makes way more sense for character creation.
Yeah.
So that you can say, I am any lineage. Now, that lineage, I come from this background. And because I come from this background and my storyline, I am inherently good at, like, I am smarter because I come from this storyline, or I am.
Well, yeah, that makes sense, because like
yeah.
you could have, like, if you wanted an orc mage, then your lineage would be orc, but your background is, like, I don't know, like you come from like an academy, you know, like kind of like Elden Ring has Raya Lucaria. You know, like
or like you come from the streets, and so you're more you have a charlatan background, so you are good at talking, you're good at lying to people, and you're you know, and you're really sneaky. I love that from a character creation standpoint. That makes way more sense.
I like that. I do for somebody who's like ignorant to the D&D world, I do like that just from as an outside perspective. Like that is really cool.
So and before, backgrounds were a thing before, but before they would only give you things like what languages you know, like give you some more languages that you know, or some like tool proficiencies. So a lot of people were like kind of meh on the backgrounds as a whole. It was more of just like a flavor thing.
Right.
But now backgrounds mean a lot more because it gives you what your additional score points are going to be.
That makes a lot of sense. I like that.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
And from like a building standpoint, it makes a lot more sense from you coming up with your character's identity.
It sounds a lot more user friendly too.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah.
Especially for new people. Because you can say, oh, well, I'm an elf, but I come from, I don't know, like I'm an elf who went to this wizard school. Therefore, it makes sense that I'm really smart.
Yeah.
Or I'm an elf that came from the slums. It makes sense that I'm really good at sneaking around.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
I like that a lot, and it builds story. It's like a story beat too. Like
exactly, yes, because all of D&D is just based around the story that you're trying to tell with your character.
It's a fantasy, but you actually can like, you know, it's like a fantasy and also a friendly competition of like, where do these characters go, and like how well can you build these characters, and like how can you utilize their strengths and weaknesses, and XYZ, you know, all the fun stuff.
So that is like kind of like a positive. There's some negatives as well. Some classes are getting a little bit. Some people are saying they're getting nerfed. I'm not 100% sure that they're getting nerfed. I think they're getting balanced a little bit more or shifted in a way. So a really good example is Paladin, who generally has the thing called Divine Smite. Divine Smite has always been, I attack. If I hit, I can put magic into my attack and like use a Divine Smite. It takes a spell slot, and then that spell slot gives me like more power behind a hit. Now they've shifted that away, and they've made Divine Smite a spell, because normally that's just been a Paladin ability.
Yeah.
Right? So you have to be Paladin to have a Smite ability.
Yeah.
They've now taken that away and made it a spell, which is good for other classes, because now other classes have access to that, right? but it's bad for a paladin because before a paladin could hit and just say, and I smite, and then it just happens. So it's like an at-will thing. Now, because it's a spell, it's tied to an action ability.
Right.
So now it requires a bonus action to smite. And because of that, it means you can only do it once per turn. And not only can you only do it once per turn, which normally you could do it on every attack, but now also you can only... It's tied to something that requires like action economy is what it's called. So like you have an action, a bonus action, movement. It takes a part of your action economy to do the thing that you used to be able to do for free. And so people are a little mad about that, mainly because it's that is definitely a nerf.
Mm-hmm.
Now where they kind of shifted it a little bit, and this is kind of where I'm like, I'm not sure it's... I think they're trying to balance it because they gave you more of what's called... All paladins have this special ability, this other special ability tied to whatever deity they are tied to, where it gives them like, you know, a once a day, you can do this really cool thing. It's called a... hold on. I want to make sure I get the term right. Let's see. It's called not divine intervention. Golly, what is it called? It is called... Chaz, if you think about this before I get to it, feel free to put it in chat.
I'll be looking for you.
Yeah, because I'm gonna pull up my D&D Beyond and
yeah. So it was like backgrounds will give you like tool proficiencies in languages, and Andrew went over that. That's
yeah.
really
So
cool.
yeah, the backgrounds thing is actually like really that's a big deal. I'm just trying to think of there's the other type of thing that you get from being a paladin, and it's called...
Is it like a buff essentially?
Yeah, kind of. But it's a thing you can only do once per day. Channel Divinity is what it's called. Sorry, so it's called Channel Divinity. And so it gives you things like the Channel Divinity for the Oath of Conquest is you can, as an action, you can force each creature of your choice that you can see within 30 feet to make a wisdom save. If they fail that save, they become frightened of you, and which frightened means that they have disadvantage on attacks against you and they can't come closer to you. So like you can just do that. That's a thing that you can just do once a day. Sick. They are adding the ability to do that multiple times a day. So you start with 2 instead of 1, and then at higher levels you get 3. So being able to do, and they come back on a short rest instead of a long rest. So there's a little bit of semantics in like how you get them back quicker essentially. So they're leaning away from the paladins being like, I do lots of damage, into being more, I use the connection with the god I'm tied to and use that ability to do more stuff, if that makes sense. So like it's their attempt to balance. I think people are still gonna say that they nerf it, and I think I agree because their overall damage output is gonna be lesser, just based on the numbers. People play paladins generally to do a crap ton of damage, but yeah, that's kind of the general consensus. They're still dropping classes. They haven't actually dropped the book yet. So if you guys are interested and you want to keep paying attention, like today, I think they're dropping the video on the rogue class update. So like at the Dungeons and Dragons YouTube channel, they're dropping all of these things, and like there's some other channels that are doing more like overview things of the class as a basically new D&D is about to come out. I'm very excited. I'm very excited about the new stuff. I'm not sure how I'm going to like things getting nerfed.
Yeah.
But I also feel like other things are probably going to get broken in different ways.
There's always
like, I feel
that.
like
Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like they're always going to have balancing problems. I feel like a warlock, who I really like playing warlocks. Warlocks are going to get
Are they usually like magic based or?
Yeah, they're magic based, and they have normally been like, I don't know. In general, they're normally like not necessarily weaker, more just like not quite as a heavy hitter as a lot of your other magic based stuff. They don't do quite as much. But with the new stuff that they're adding, they've made them insanely strong.
Good,
some of the new stuff they've added, they've made them like borderline broken. If the rules, if it is rules as written, from what I can tell,
I feel like
it is borderline. Like I summon a giant thrall of mind flayers, and like a small army, and then I can just kill anything.
I think that like no matter what game you play like this, I feel like even if they nerf stuff, there's always gonna be something that's busted. Like again, my reference for D&D is like an Elden Ring, you know, like if you nerf Rivers of Blood, there's going to be something, or like the Sword of Night and Flame, there's always going to be something that's still fucking busted. Like,
or they're going to make a shift somewhere else that's going to break something else.
Or like that, like for example, the Rusted Anchor is a really, really, it's like one of the best, if not arguably the best strength weapon in the game, because it does pierce damage, and pierce damage is like if you're getting attacked and you hit with it, it boosts your damage outputs. And there's a thing where you can just it just like keep continuously attacking, and you're just getting pummeled and pummeled and pummeled. So if you have a high poise character and you've got that Rusted Anchor, you could just absolutely eviscerate people. It's awesome. So
yeah.
But you know, there's always something, like they're gonna nerf one thing, something else. People who play these games are relatively smart, you know. From my understanding,
we're all very nerdy, and we are looking for the loophole to break the game.
Right? Yeah, everybody is. That's what everybody does. But
everybody's looking for the loophole to break the game. Chaz, I wanted to say warlocks are technically half casters. Yes, you should. Chaz, you should watch the new video. They redid the Great Old One Warlock, which is basically like my patron, my magical patron is like Cthulhu. The Great Old One Warlock is crazy busted now. Like easy way to get advantage on all of your attacks, instant summons, mind-breaking stuff, disadvantage on wisdom saves. It's stuff that is like I've never wanted to play a full warlock like level 0 to 20 or level 1 to 20. This makes me want to play a full 1 to 20 warlock immediately.
Crazy, yeah.
It's insane. And so if they keep doing these kind of shifts across the board with some of these other things that have generally been like less than positive, like warlocks and monks, and generally less than strong. Rangers is another really good example. If they keep making these shifts, it's going to be like the power is basically going to go away from the things that have traditionally been really, really strong, and it's going to shift into the things that have, they're going to like swing the pendulum really hard the other way
Isn't
on
that
accident.
like kind of sort of similar to like maybe Magic the Gathering, where you've got, or like any sort of card game?
They're owned by the same company.
Yeah, right. So you've got like, let's say you've got like a meta that's like super fucking busted, and then like when they update, because like I'm aware that Magic updates a lot, so people like to play it online, which is cool instead of having physical cards. Because like if you keep up with Magic, like you could have a deck that's fucking busted and a card that like breaks the whole game, and then in the next series, like you can't use that because it's not in the meta. It's not in like the.
Well, generally, what it generally means is they ban like a handful of cards, and then so that card goes into the ban list, and it happens in Yu-Gi-Oh all the time.
Oh yeah,
a card will go into the ban list, and so it will destroy a deck immediately. They'll ban like 3 cards that make the deck work, and then that whole deck goes away, so you have to build a new meta deck basically. Based on and they'll add other cards, or they'll bring some cards
so it's
off.
like they take
bring some cards off the ban list and stuff.
So they'll take out the really good cards, but then somebody somehow, some way finds even more cards in that meta, and then the next time they have to ban those. So it's just kind of sort of like
and it's not even that they just keep banning cards. It's they'll ban cards and then unban other cards as well.
Right. Yeah. So it's never done to be like stupid and just restrictive just for the sake of doing it, you know.
Sure. D&D is not so much that way because they don't iterate that quickly. Where like Magic the Gathering and Yu-Gi-Oh, like they'll have a ban list come out every like couple months and it'll screw people up. But D&D is generally they generally don't iterate quite that fast.
Yeah.
And so what people will do is just make their own rules. And that's exactly, and that's probably how all of this is going to go. They're going to release all this stuff, and people are going to be like, hate this, hate this, hate this, hate this, hate this, hate this. I'm just going to use these rules that I like from the old one and these rules that I like from the new one and make my own thing. And I kind of think that's how they're approaching it anyway, because they're making all this new stuff, like, they're making all this new stuff more malleable in between each other.
Yeah.
Like the old one and the new one. So they're kind of trying to make it, like I said, they're trying to make it plug and play. They're trying to make it to where you can create your own version of all of this stuff. And yeah, people play that way anyway. So why not just continue to do that? Yeah. So that's my D&D thing, my D&D soapbox. If you want, go check out Dungeons & Dragons YouTube channel, or Nerd Immersion is a channel that I really like. He does a lot of great stuff on D&D and like the current state of D&D, and he's constantly putting out things on all that. Yeah, there's that Rogue video that I was just talking about. That's
this one
that just came out like a couple hours ago. And then Dungeon Dudes are also a really great YouTube channel if you're into the more like numbersy side of things. They do a lot of stuff there. Nerd Immersion is more news. Dungeon Dudes is more like here's how you play kind of thing.
Like this, yeah.
That Nerd Immersion's awesome. And then I'll also shout out Jenny D. She's really cool. She makes some good Jenny with a G and then D-I.
Oh. Jenny. Spell it again. Sorry. I'm
Ginny.
Oh.
D-I.
Oh, Jenny D. I see.
Yeah, she's great.
Cool.
She's also does like cosplay stuff, and like she's really cool. I really like her stuff. She's very much like welcoming the world of like female players into tabletop or TTRPG stuff. She's freaking awesome. And she's also very, 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 very good at like DMing and stuff. I watch a lot of her things. I really like her a lot.
Yeah.
Shout out her for being being a very cool voice in the D&D space.
That's really cool. I like that. Also, the blue hair is pretty rad in GL.
Yeah.
Speaking as somebody who
has none.
I could just paint my head blue if I wanted to, I guess.
Dude.
Just paint the avatar of Arrow on my head.
There you go.
People literally like, bro, you should just totally get that tattoo. I'm like, I'm not. I almost said I'm not fucking stupid, but then I'm like, well, if the shoe
PogChamp, baby.
if the shoe fits,
PogChamp, baby.
dude, yeah, man. Sometimes you gotta call a spade, man. But anyway, any final thoughts on anything that we talked about today? I feel like I'm good.
Excited about a lot of the video games that are about to come out in like the back half of the year.
Yeah,
starting in September with that Zelda game, we're about to have like a time, dude.
Yeah, I feel like this is a really. I mean, there are some stupid things happening, but I feel like now is like the best time in the world to be like gamer. Because there's so many options. It's so inclusive. It's so just like there's something for everyone to love. And like I remember, so you're a little older than me, but I remember growing up in high school, people like I was afraid to tell people that I liked video games and Pokemon and like Nintendo stuff, and like because people just didn't. They would be like, "What? That's what? Like weird, you know?" And like when you're younger, that kind of stuff like it affects you. Like now we don't care. Like I don't care.
Yeah.
I can't. I like. Literally cannot be embarrassed anymore. Like I've lost the ability to be embarrassed. But like when you're a younger person and a young kid and you're trying to find your way, it's all that stuff means so much more to you. So like now is a great time to be like a gamer, somebody who loves like D&D, tabletop stuff, like all of this stuff, all the nerdy stuff that we like, you know, things we like, but all the things that we like are it's acceptable now, which is cool because like usually gamers and nerds were like the outcasts and like very super to themselves kind of people, and it wasn't popular, but now everything's popular. You know? There's
parts of me that like really love the fact that it's super popular. There's a small part of me as like a older nerd who's been, you know, into this stuff for a really long time, you know, for 20 plus years, and being like, man, a lot of people take it for granted how just open and like cool with all this everyone is.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm very happy that a lot of people don't have to deal with all the bullcrap that a lot of us put up with earlier on, and that it is very cool that people can make a living off of D&D content and video game content nowadays, or playing D&D. There are literally people that get to play Dungeons and Dragons for a living, and that is super cool.
It's nice, yeah. I like it.
Yep.
But I'm good after that. So after that little perspective, so you can go ahead and sign us off.
Hey, thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Things We Like podcast. If you want to come hang out with us live in the chat, feel free to hop on over to @BadLuckBrooks. That's Brooksy over there's channel, where we stream for the rest of the next couple months, starting in August. That will change to where we post our VODs, which is the @Things We Like pod channel on YouTube. We will be streaming there after the summer is over, and we're very excited about that. We got some stuff cooking up for that I'm very pumped about. If you don't like watching our faces for any reason, I totally understand. We also have all of the audio going up on all audio podcast platforms. Just search Things We Like podcast, and it will come up. You'll see our big old heads, and you can listen. You can listen.
That was good. I like that.
You can listen. You can listen to us on audio only there, and not have to, you know, be seated in one place. You can do it while you run, or do it while you drive.
Do it while you walk. Do it while you sit. Do it while you
walk,
stand. Do it while you shit.
Whatever. But outside of that, like, subscribe, share it with somebody, and yeah, Brooks, how are we going to end off today?
Being a nerd is the best thing on the planet. It's okay. You can be a nerd. It's okay. We love you.
Do it.
Do it. See, that's a nerdy thing too.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I almost hit stop streaming on accident, but
yo.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I gotta catch up on my D&D stuff.
Yep. I'm gonna send you some. Yeah, I want to shout out Chaz. Joe Cat's.
No.
Sorry, I'm watching D&D stuff now.
No, you're good. Joe Cat's A Crap Guide to D&D is really, really good. It's a really good way to. Joe Cat's A Crap Guide to D&D.
Is this the person?
Just type in a crap guide to D&D next to it.
Oh, I'll just do this. Guide to D&D. Okay, same person. I'll just crap guide. Let's just see to like
a crap guide to Dungeons and Dragons, and there's like all of the. Yeah.
Oh, it's like 2 minutes. Oh wait, I should do this, shouldn't I?
Yeah, show it.
Oh. I like this.
Yep.
Gee, I wonder what it does. It's a goddamn mystery. Who knows? I'll say it because nobody else will. If you pick fighter, odds are you're also likely to pick human because you're basic like that. And that's not just me saying that, it's science. Human fighters pop out of the woodwork like rabbits on Viagra because people are incapable of choosing something unique even when they're given options like playing as a kobold paladin who prays to asteroids just before they crush an unfortunate man's cabbage cart. Just look at me, for example, artistic phenomenon and originator of the satirical talk fast genre of videos. What do you mean I'm not the first one to come up with the idea? I don't need these lies coming out of you. Everything I make is completely original and everybody knows it. Come on, Master Chief, let's get the fuck out of here. Fighters are the purest essence of the combat side of D&D, all about hitting things hard and fast, getting into the thick of the fight, and hey, you get out of here, we're not talking about you. They're all focused around rolling more dice than a Limp Bizkit song, as well as being straight up easy baby mode because you get to start using any weapon you want, heavy armor, some ranged options, a free cheesecake, and a complimentary belly rub just for picking the class. Seriously, everything about it is geared towards being so noob-friendly, even a Monster Hunter longsword player will be laughing at you. If you feel so inclined during combat, you can heal yourself, attack twice, and take a second action to attack twice again, all in the same turn. And that's at 5th level. Not to mention you getting more ability score increases than any other class means that if you go a turn without hitting at least something, then you must have made some kind of D&D sin that angered Gary Gygax, like getting weighted dice or putting milk in before your cereal. Fighter flavors allow you to pick how you want to be.
These are cool. I need to watch a lot of these. I like this.
Yeah, I'll give you a so like listening to him explain it is really, really nice. But he talks really fast, and so it's hard to like fully understand it.
Yeah.
The Dungeon Dudes have a very good series about the D&D like mechanics, and they show you stuff and like are a little more like intentional with different things. So they do like how the mechanics work outside of the classes first, which is really nice to understand, because if you can understand how the mechanics themselves work, then it's a lot easier to pick up how the individual classes work.
Right. That's cool.
Yeah, Dungeon Dudes are a lot more like in depth, but these are just really funny.
Yeah.
And the more you watch, they're funny whether you understand D&D or not, but they're even funnier once you understand D&D, because like the references he makes are just really, really good.
I like that. So
yeah, they're all good.
I like that. Let's go. Let's just catch up on said trap.
Chaz has been just like blowing up chat because I think
that.
he's
Chaz
he was the only one in there right now. So
dude, yeah. So yeah, I would love to. I'm really excited to try it for the first time because I feel like I'm just gonna be. I feel like me being me in D&D would be insane. Just
you're gonna have a good time. I feel like you're gonna play a fighter or a barbarian.
Probably. I'm leaning more towards barbarian because I'm always unga bunga strength in every game I play, at least the first time. So that's the character I'm going into the DLC with for Elden Ring, is just my big sword and shield.
Yeah.
Just
I feel like fighter is probably going to be more your speed because it's sword and shield.
Yeah.
But barbarians are like, they're more like your Goliath-y, like I'm a big dude, shirtless dude that gets hit and doesn't care.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. I'll probably be incredibly basic, but that's okay. Yeah, so I think that'll be it for the stream today.
Yo.
I got so much to do right now. It's crazy. It's weird. It's like I don't have any videos to work on. I do technically, but like there's just a lot of things to do. But
yeah, I have a YouTube video to work on today, so that'll be fun.
So do I. I got to finish Barndo stuff for Jenna.
Yep. Yup. But hey, chat and those that are watching after the fact, thanks for hanging.
Yep, it's cool stuff. All right,
love you all.
Bye.
Bye.